had an IED go off right under my vehicle. Popped the tires, shattered the windshield, and just shrapnel was everywhere. I have this window where I know something's not right. If I go past that window, I can go just completely off the rails. It's like being an actor in your own life. You're watching yourself do these things that you have no control over. You're watching yourself kind of self-implode almost. My heart was just beating like 1,000 miles an hour. Like, am I gonna die? It's like a darkness. It's hard to escape from. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Good evening from Los Angeles. I'm Tom Lamog, an instructor with the Cyber Chapter for Guitars for Vets and Cav Arts, the Challenge America veteran arts community. Welcome to Song Sung True, a veteran's view, where tonight we feature the stories and original songs of U.S. Army Specialist and singer-songwriter Jesse Frewerd. To begin, I'd like to read his bio taken from OperationFinallyHome.com. At just 18 years old and fueled by a desire to serve his country after the events of 9/11, Jesse began his military career as a cavalry scout. In 2003, Frewerd and his unit were deployed to Iraq, where he served on active duty for more than a year. While on a routine mounted patrol during his deployment, Frewerd and members of his unit were wounded when an improvised explosive device, IED, detonated beneath their vehicle. Though shaken and injured, Frewerd and his team managed to apprehend the suspects before leaving the area. Frewerd participated in many raids while being deployed, completed more than 200 escorts, and has been honored with several awards in recognition for his service. Today, Jesse and his wife, Katie, are happily partnered in life and are proud parents of their son, along with Jesse's college-age daughter. Jesse attends school for music, while Katie continues to advance her education in accounting. Jesse and Katie have also written songs and performed together as the group Canary Canyon. Here to open Song Sung True, a veteran's view, singing an original composition called Mark's Song, please welcome Jesse and Katie Frewerd.
To save you, but I can't even save myself. All along the river of red, counting down the days to the end. Voice of the wound inside my head, trying to remember what you said. Carry on, stop the watching us climb as the sun begins to hide. A canopy covering me bears a silence that begs to fly. I hear all these shots all around, but I stay race to the end. Voice of the wound inside my head, trying to remember what you said. Carry on, stop the bleeding, keep them breathing. Carry on, stop the bleeding, keep on 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 breathing. Stop the bleeding, keep on breathing. Stop the bleeding, keep on breathing. Stop the bleeding, keep on.
It's an original composition there. Mark's song. Jesse and Katie Frewerd, everyone.
Thank you.
Way to go. Well, hey, I wanted to ask you about the song. Do you have time to talk a little bit about Mark's song, the lyrics, and how it came together?
Yeah. So originally, Jason Moon of Warrior Songs approached us and asked us if we could write this veteran song, and it was for the Vietnam compilation. What year was that again? 20.
I think it was 2019.
19,
Yeah.
So, yeah, like he approached us, and then I found out it was going to be Mark Foreman, and yeah, I was just honored that I got to tell his story. So, interviewed him, and he just dove right in. Like we talked for probably it at least was like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, and he recorded the interviews, so we were able to really pick apart like which pieces of his story that we wanted to tell. And that also helped too because we could really get into more detail in that way.
Yeah.
So in this song, we mainly focused on his
Time in Vietnam.
his time in Vietnam, and the chorus kind of has a little bit to do with his recovery. But if you want to talk about how he was
Yes. So like after his service, he founded Milwaukee Homeless Veterans Initiative, but also was like an art teacher and like used art also to just to transform his trauma, his just everything that was happened to him, and transformed it into art. So.
but he was a what do you call it? You need
Oh,
to use your
Corman?
when you don't use your gun.
Oh, conscientious.
Conscientious
Yeah, where he
objector.
didn't want to, use his gun. So as a corpsman, he just didn't carry it.
Yeah, so that has a lot to do with like the lyrics we came up with in the song. Like in the beginning, I have all this blood on my hands, but as a young man, I put down that gun.
So yeah,
or to have all this blood on my hands. He didn't have it, blood on his hands.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, that had a lot to do with the lyrical choices we chose.
Wonderful. What a collaboration, this partnership that you both have. It's very special, a husband and wife team, and being able to go ahead and interpret this information and then just put it forth the way that you do in this beautiful song. Really wonderful.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Well, listen, you guys have a gig coming up that you want to let everyone know about? Anything on the horizon?
Not the horizon, but we are recording a couple songs. So
Cool.
yeah, we're recording a Canary Canyon song called "Stallion in the Still." So that'll be out hopefully 3-4 months, maybe. We're almost done with it. So
How exciting.
yeah.
Well, we'll look for it. You make sure to let us know where to find it. All right. All right. And I know you've got someone waiting for you, Katie.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. And
right,
we'll see you again soon. It was a real pleasure to see you.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
song too.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. And while Jesse repositions himself in front of the camera and get ready to talk about his story, I want to take a moment to let you know that he'll be taking some questions towards the end of our show. And if you have one that you would like to ask, or maybe you got, more than one to ask, type it in the chat feature. And our chapter coordinator, Paul Lilly, who is with us today, will be reading those a little bit later. All right. Thanks for that song again, Jesse. Let me just go ahead and get us right to the starting point of your story. And it would be wonderful if you can tell us a little bit about your youth, growing up, maybe a little bit about your parents and your siblings, and what you were like back then.
Yeah. So, growing up, I grew up around Green Bay. Just was really into sports for a long time, and it wasn't until I probably turned maybe 16 that I really started to dive more into music. Started taking like guitar a little bit then, and then just
Was that an easy transition to make between sports and music?
it was a big transition, because being I still wrestled a little bit, but like it was a difficult transition because like I didn't really know anyone. I guess I wasn't like in the sports circle, but I wasn't quite in the music circle yet either. So I could kind of like
Still trying to figure that out.
trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Did your parents push you either way into sports or music, or?
Yeah, my parents were just supportive of what I wanted to do. So both my mom and my dad were super supportive. I think my dad got me the first guitar and a little bit of lessons, but I didn't really take to the lessons too well. I pretty much just started doing my own stuff. So
How funny how that works when you're a teenager.
Are either of your parents musical?
my dad played a little bit of band when he was like growing up, but not really. My mom's, she's like she does poetry a little bit or has done it. My grandma was a big poet, but not too big musically.
And siblings, did you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, a couple half brothers, half brother Mike and half brother Mark, half sister Sarah, and my brother Josh. My brother's in Appleton now, Josh, and just kind of everyone's doing really good, and
Was it always that way?
yeah.
So where are you in the order of things?
I'm in the middle, so between me and my brother Josh, I'm the oldest, but just kind of in the middle.
Who's the George in your life?
Nice try.
Yeah, we named my son Dean his middle name after George Harrison, so Harrison is his middle.
We had to get the token Beatles question out of the way early.
That's a screening. That's how we know whether or not we should bring you this talent.
Right?
All right. Let me move us forward in time now on your timeline, and we're going to talk. Let's talk about 9/11 here, and maybe you can tell me, because this is obviously an influence. According to your bio, this was something that kind of motivated you. But can you tell us what some of the feelings that you remember right after 9/11 occurred that prompted you to make that step towards the Army?
Just wanting to do something. I just didn't want to sit on the sidelines. I don't think that's ever been in my character. Like if I see something that's can be done, like I'll step up to do it. So that was a big piece of it. And then also like I knew I wanted to go to college one day, but I didn't really know what I wanted to study yet. So like the Army seemed like a good opportunity for that as well.
So there's no like peer pressure or anything like that that was involved. This was
No, yeah, it was purely like, yeah, my decision. And then, yeah, just ran with it.
did your parents have anything to say about that? Did they by any chance try to talk
Was
you
a
out of
little
it or anything?
surprised, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were super supportive though afterward, like after they knew I signed up, and a little worried, I'm sure, because after the events of 9/11, but they were still there to support for sure.
All right. What are some of the things you remember of once you entered the military that you had to adapt to that was kind of different for you?
Adapting to the military, always being told what to do, like where to be, where to go, like, like that was a little adjustment. But also like, if you're not early, you're late, sort of that mentality too. Like
I've read about that.
that was a little adjustment, but I usually am like, I'm not like super early anymore, but now it's like 5-10 minutes and that'll be on time.
Amazing how that sticks with you.
Yeah.
You shared with me some of your personal essays, some of your writings, which people can find at medium.com. And I believe you may have indicated these are available through your website. I'd like to read some of the excerpts of your essays throughout this conversation we're having, just to kind of lead you into maybe telling us a little bit more about what you meant or what you were thinking. Okay. So this one's about your plans after joining the Army, and it says, I was supposed to use my time in the Army to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, but I didn't quite get around to that. Almost half of my 3-year enlistment was spent at war. So it sounds like it wasn't quite how you imagined military life before you joined, was it?
No, I knew I was probably getting into something much bigger than myself, but I didn't really quite know to what extent. And, I remember being like in Louisiana where I was stationed before going to Iraq and just watching it all kind of go down on TV. And it was just like, okay, this is real, like this is happening. So it was a big moment in my life too. It happened so quickly too. It was just went into basic training and AIT. So good 4 months. Then I'm then I'm to my duty station in Louisiana, there for a couple months, and then we're off to Iraq. So it was,
wow.
Yeah, it was
really quick.
Quick. Yep.
Wow. So we'll fast forward now. You're in the Army now. All right. And, you and I, we've been talking over the last few weeks just to kind of, talk about some of the things that I read in your essay. And one of them, was about how time didn't go quite as you expected. I mean, there was a set time frame that you thought, here's the end date, but that wasn't the case. It kept moving. Can you talk about what was happening in that time frame that you had shared with me?
Yeah. So when we first got to Iraq, we didn't really have official orders. We'd speculate. We'll be here for 4 months. So 4 months comes and goes, and then 6. That comes and goes, and then we're probably here for a full year. Mm-hmm. Got to the year, and it was either a week or days from going home. We were in Kuwait, so everything's already packed up, ready to go, and we got extended another 3 months. So that was kind of like a really tough period. You're mentally just,
you're ready to move on, but that
ready to go home.
Quite happen. Yeah. That happened more than once, right? The goalpost, they moved the chains a little bit further than.
It was more our own doing that was moving the chains, because we didn't have official orders. I can't remember when they came in right now, but we were extended though that one time. It was just yeah, it was tough.
Man, oh man. Okay. So now I know that in the bio itself that I read earlier, what I did not mention is this entry. So when the blast occurred,
Yeah.
all right. So you were already into overtime, so to speak, or you're beyond what you thought that time frame would be, and then the explosion occurs. The blast lifted the vehicle off the ground, shattered the windshield, and popped the tires. And although the IED did not cause any fatalities, Frewerd, who was manning the gun, hit his head, suffering a traumatic brain injury and perforating his eardrum. Things must have been absolutely chaos
Yeah.
when that happened.
Yeah. The first couple seconds, I don't really remember much. Like, just, I remember our TC, our tactical commander, just taking charge of the situation though right away. Like, we need to get out of this vicinity. It could be an ambush. Like yeah, like he just took charge of the situation and all that chaos. So it was, yeah.
Yeah, you've talked about that in some of the interviews that I've seen as well too, and even in your essays, which is pretty dramatic. So look, we are at our first stopping point for the next song.
Yeah.
To Save One Like Mine is what I've got written. You want to talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So like regarding that IED, like just I attribute that to a higher power looking out for us that day. You know, just everything that happened, like I think there actually was like a piece of shrapnel that was probably close to a foot long that you could see where it went into the vehicle, and had that hit any of us, like that could have been, yeah, really bad. So if not fatal. So yeah, I definitely attribute that to a higher power looking out for us. So it helped me, or I wrote this song just to kind of get that out though. My friend Mike Degener helped me write this, and then Katie also helped me kind of tweak it a little bit. So yeah, this is To Save One Like Mine.
All right, let's hear it.
Spot in my old life. Now I no longer need to turn to see. You could be my eyes for me. Reached out your hand that night for me. A good shepherd and King of Kings, ever with our lives prepared to leave the 99 to save one like mine. When I look to what's out in front of me, I can only then just start to see the path that you gave me has set me free. It's paved with grace, 'cause I needed you more than I could admit. I was so lost when I wasn't with you. Without you by my side, you found a blind spot in my old life. Now I no longer need to turn to see. reached out your hand that night for me, my good shepherd and King of kings, ever watchful with our lives, prepared to leave the 99 to save one like mine. Oh Lord, you deliver me from my enemies. Let me to believe in something that's bigger than we could be. You reached out your hand that night for me, my good shepherd and King of kings, ever watchful with our lives, prepared to leave the 99 to save one like mine.
Man, that was wonderful. I remember hearing that in a concert that you performed for Guitars for Vets. I think that was one of your earlier songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was really moved by it back then. This is these lyrics that you write. We're going to talk about your musical endeavors later in the Zoomcast here. But let's move on. Let's move on along the timeline a little farther into it.
Yeah.
Now that we see that the end is of your tenure there in the Army is coming to a close. How did you finally get the news that it was time to leave, time to go home?
So you mean just getting out of the Army?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it could be both. It could be leaving, Iraq, and then
Yeah.
and yeah. So tell us about both if you don't mind.
Yeah. So getting back from Iraq, it was just pretty wild. Like I remember they had like a big auditorium full of all our families and friends and everything. I got to hold my daughter for the first time, see my parents, but yeah, it was pretty wild getting back from Iraq. Just kind of ecstatic to be home, seeing family and loved ones. And then everything kind of settles down after a little while. We'd go out with like all our brothers and stuff like that we served with like for a while when we got back, but things kind of settled back into the new normal. But I got out in 2005, and I was going right into college, so I had my plan, stuck to it. Just kind of it was a little difficult transition though, because like I had no really like social medias at that time. Like Facebook wasn't quite a thing. So like just kind of transitioning from all my brothers that I served with to school where I didn't really know anyone. It was difficult. But I adjusted,
That was considered your normal life, according to your essay.
Yeah. Like it was normal in a sense that it was pretty hard. But yeah. And then especially my dad passed away shortly after I started college too. So it was pretty tough. It just created this little kind of tornado of emotions. Like with my dad especially too, I never got to really connect on that adult level, just have a couple beers and So it was a tough loss for sure, but
Were you close to your dad before you entered the army? I mean, did you have a lot of conversations? Did you go out and do things, or was
somewhat like I was like kind of a introvert or quiet kid, so um, he he would yeah, just be at all our wrestling matches and stuff like that. So he was, we were close, but not really like as close as you can be as like a teenager father relationship, I guess. So
Yeah, I'm curious if, without social media, you're right. I think all we had back then were pagers and text phones, maybe.
yeah.
But when you and the people that you served with, your brothers, went home, have you been in touch with any of them since?
Yeah. I keep in touch with a lot of the guys that were in my unit through Facebook now. Unfortunately, the guys that I work closest with don't have social media accounts, so
I wonder why.
yeah.
Hmm.
But they're awesome though. I remember my friend Hall, like we just have these conversations that would just go through the night, like what all the stuff we're gonna do when we get home, and yeah, like I remember a lot of those guys very fondly, and yeah, it was a very formative part of my life was the military. So
And I'll say this is that after reading your essay, um, it was it was a spiral that kind of continued down after you lost your father, and really the people that you bonded with while you were in the army, and they're not around, and it went on for a while.
those years after getting out, so like 2005, 6, really at 7 is when my mental health started kind of getting pretty bad, and I needed to do something and seek help for it. But 2007 to 14 were some of the toughest years of my life. Like it was just a roller coaster in a sense where like I'd have maybe a good year and then a major setback, like with a mental health episode, and then another good year or two, and then yeah, another setback. So it was just like this roller coaster for 2007 to 14. But it took just kind of hitting rock bottom in a sense to make sure, like, okay, I don't want to stay here anymore. Something's got to change. And then that's and like when I met Katie is when it really started changing for the better, for sure. So she was very supportive of me getting better, like maintaining like therapy and medication just to make sure like I'm staying on track and no major setbacks happen. So
And what time frame was that about?
we met in late 2015.
Wow, that's quite a stretch
Yeah.
of bad times.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful, and we've already met Katie, and we've seen what you two do. And in all of the things that I've read that you've shared with me, Katie has played a significant role, source of strength through your recovery and beyond.
Yeah.
And do you recall at what point did you feel like your life began to improve?
It was just after meeting her. Yeah. Yeah, because before that, like I had some ups and downs, but like that last major mental health incident that I had, I was at the lowest point. So it was 2014 till meeting Katie. I was probably at my lowest just ever been. Just kind of putting one foot in front of the other, just kind of taking it day by day, because it was so heavy. It was just yeah, sleeping in all the time, just kind of like watching Netflix, all not being unmotivated. I think I almost even stopped playing guitar at one point too, and just it was pretty rough.
Hey, you got a song for us.
Yep. So
Want to tell us a little bit about it? Rescue Me. It's Rescue Me.
yeah, Rescue Me. So I got to write this with Richard Casper and Brett Gillen. Just kind of wanted to talk about who I was when the uniform kind of came off, and it kind of transformed into this song after that conversation. So, yeah.
Let's hear it. Rescue Me. Jesse Frewerd.
I've been walking these streets, no one really sees me for who I really am. It's like I'm wearing camo, walking in the shadow, and falling through the cracks. Wish I could go back, 'cause I can't even find myself. So how could anyone else? I'm supposed to be home, supposed to be free. What I really need is someone to rescue me. I've been searching high and low, but I come to the end of the road. And now I don't know where I stand. Who I was ain't who I am, 'cause I can't even find myself. So how could anyone else? I'm supposed to be home, supposed to be free. What I really need is someone to rescue me. Whoa. So how could anyone else? I'm supposed to be home, supposed to be free. 'Cause I can't even find myself. So how could anyone else? I'm supposed to be home, supposed to be free. What I really need. I'm supposed to be home, supposed to be free. What I really need is someone to rescue me. Is someone to rescue me. Is someone to rescue me.
All right. Jesse, that was wonderful.
Thanks.
So, folks, you're watching Song Sung True, a Veteran's View, where tonight we feature the stories and original songs of U.S. Army Specialist and singer-songwriter Jesse Frewerd. Jesse, let's continue our conversation on your timeline here.
Yeah.
I would like you to reflect on your time in the military and how you think that experience has affected you as a person today.
Yeah. Time in the military and how it's affected me. I would say it's one of the toughest things I've ever done. But also one of the most important for sure. So toughest being like mentally, physically, emotionally, just basic training, for instance. Like we call it a bivouac, like 4-day out in the woods, just kind of before we had to graduate. So I had to do land nav that day, the last day. So I walked probably. I'm not really sure exactly, but it was probably like 10 miles, give or take, during that day with a full backpack or a radio. And then to graduate that night, I had to do a 20K.
That night.
By the end of that, like I couldn't even stand at like attention. Like my knees would give out and like I was about to pass out. So like my drill sergeant told me to like sit at ease. So like that was seriously one of the toughest things I had to do physically.
There was no team tug of war after that then.
No, yeah. But we all, like all the guys in my basic training unit, like we pushed each other, like didn't give up on anyone. Yeah, I got through. So it was, yeah, that was like one of the toughest things I ever had to do.
Any practical jokes while you were in boot camp?
I'm sure there are some, but
It's a family program.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're going there.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, is there someone that you served with that you remember fondly during that whole time in the military?
Yeah. I mentioned Hall. My friend Hernandez too was pretty awesome guy. Like after we got back from Iraq, we actually went to his place in California and just kind of hung out for a little while. Yeah, very, very fond memories of that whole experience too. So yeah, it was me,
cool.
Hall, and Hernandez, and just kind of decompressed all in California at his home. So
Place to be.
yeah.
Well, if you're from California.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So let's see. I want to read something from your essay on medium.com. One thing I've learned is that if you let mental health issues fester, they can get exponentially worse. We must look out for each other. Giving up isn't our DNA. It isn't in our DNA, I should say. And that's what I would really like to dive into. Let's go into this a little deeper. What do you think? Holding on to these mental health issues and not seeking help. You learned a lesson, it sounds like.
Yeah, like sometimes some things are just too heavy to carry yourself, and I learned that the hard way. Like, many years, just that 2007 to 14, just thinking I could trudge through and carry on the mission by myself and not ask for help. It just wasn't conducive to my recovery. Like, it just wasn't working. Like, sometimes you need to, whatever it is, like seek therapy, or if you need medication, if you need whatever it is, just more mindfulness in your life. If it's picking up a hobby, such as music, like, yeah, some things you just can't do yourself. So you just need to reach out, there's good people that care. So
good advice.
Yeah.
In your essay, it also goes on to say, with all these hardships, I started seriously learning to play music. I originally started learning guitar back in high school, and I even took a few choir lessons to learn how to sing. I really dove into the music in general and into songwriting in particular to find my own voice. Now, it sounds like even before we know you became a singer-songwriter, we knew you to become one.
Mm-hmm.
Music came into your life much earlier, obviously. Do you recall when music just kind of caught your attention and it had to be a part of your life?
Yes, like definitely high school, like, it was like the turning point, but also right after getting back from Iraq. Like it was just my outlet, my new mission. It was everything after Iraq. Like I was going to college, like I was going to college for business, but I really graduated with a degree in music. So
Sweet.
I was playing all the time. Me and my good friend Clay, he really taught me a lot about music, and just, yeah, it was really that after Iraq into college is when I really picked up music as a hobby more, than kind of turned more into a passion. Especially after like Creative Vets opened my eyes to like professional songwriting, and like what just those professionals can do. It just kind of like opened my eyes to a whole world of possibilities. So,
Well, listen, you bring us right up to your next song, but I want to read something that Gary wrote for you. It says,
Yeah.
"Wow, love the song. Your story of spiraling downward when your dad passed echoes much of my life after my dad passed away in November 2020. I was working out daily, but slowly stopped. And plus, I can't see that. Had a family. We are taking care of my mom with dementia. Discovering G4V and learning the guitar has definitely helped me too."
Yeah.
So, way to go, Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary, for sharing
Thank you
your
for
thought on
sharing
that. So this next song that you've got, "Always Be My Forever," is that? Are you playing that one? You're playing that one for us, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Hopefully-
This is such
hopefully I don't mess it
such a
up.
thrill, man, having
Yeah.
you play these live for us because I know there's some extra stuff that goes into doing that, but we're loving it. So, you want to tell us a little bit about "Always Be My Forever"?
Yeah, so it was last May. I wanted to surprise Katie for her birthday, so I reached out to a good friend of mine, Zach Petrini, just like, "Hey man, I want to write the song for Katie for her birthday," and he was all about it. So like, we got it, I think in 2 sessions, complete song. So we got it in time, and I played it for her.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so-
amazing. Well, let's hear it, man. "Always
Yeah.
Be My Forever." Jesse Frewerd, everyone.
Cross, snap, and cast, then climb the stairs, shaking hands, your amber hair, and that tiny one room, lying right here next to me. Loving you was so easy, saying it was hard to do. This is what I knew. You gave my life faith, hope, and love, the kind of love you just dream of. You'll always be my forever. Didn't care how rich or poor, you saw me for so much more. You'll always be my forever. On a warm Milwaukee day, staring out at the lake, a red dress, a vision of the breeze. I held your hand, you held my gaze. Prepared words, they slipped away. There I was, down on one knee. But this is what I knew. You gave my life faith, hope, and love, the kind of love you just dream of. You'll always be my forever. Didn't care how rich or poor, you saw me for so much more. You'll always be my forever. Our lives have changed, one thing's the same. I choose us every time. We'll build a home, watch our children grow, 'cause this is what I know. Gave my life faith, hope, and love, the kind of love you just dream of. You'll always be my forever. Didn't care how rich or poor, you saw me for so much more. You'll always be my forever. You'll always be my forever.
Oh man! So you have to tell us. You set up the scene for us when you played this for for Katie.
Yeah, so it was, the story itself was like the first time we kind of like met, like our first date, kind of going to my place, like on Knapp Street at that time, and then
second verse is when I proposed to her, and yeah, it was such a cool.
And what was her reaction?
Oh, she was bawling.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, you're coming up on about 8 minutes to the top of the hour. We're probably going to go into overtime here. Your questions, folks, if you have questions, I encourage you to go ahead and add them to the chat. And Paul will be here to go ahead and read for us. Do you have one for us right now, Paul?
We got a few. Yeah.
Oh.
Cheryl, Rachel, who's joining us on her front porch swing, wanted to know if when you record, are you doing digital or analog? And if digital, what's your favorite software?
So I'm going to a studio when I'm recording right now, and I use Pro Tools is my favorite DAW, or digital audio workstation. So yeah, they use Pro Tools over there, and I have it too. So.
And do you, she's wondering if your songs are available, like if they wanted to learn to play your songs, are they tabbed or chord sheeted or?
Not yet. So just this last song that I'm going to play, Soldier Coming Home, I'm recording it right now in the studio. So that should be another few more months. I'm hoping it'll be on like Spotify and Apple Music, all the platforms. So,
hey, Paul, we need to get him to play that one right now and save the questions for after, because this is the song. I think you recorded this for Guitars for.
Yep.
We love you. You're an ambassador, and there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and do that? And please continue to add your questions into the chat, and Paul will be right back with you. So, all right. So you want to tell us a little bit about this story behind this song, Soldier Coming Home?
Back in 2017, I had a really cool opportunity to go to Nashville with Creative Vets, nonprofit Creative Vets. Put me up in a hotel, fed me, and then I got there on Sunday, and then Monday we got to write this song with like professional songwriters, Adam Fears, Martin McDaniel, and Richard Casper. So just kind of told them a little bit about my story and had some ideas kind of what I wanted to write about, and this song kind of came out of it. So
what a wonderful opportunity it sounds like. Is this kind of your signature song? I mean, this is the one that is out there on YouTube, and you're singing it everywhere you go. Would this be the song you're known for?
Yeah, I would say right now, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Soldier Coming Home. Let's hear it, Jesse Frewerd, everyone.
All right.
Sun shining on a small town parade, celebrating me coming home today. Told a couple stories for the evening news. Shook a few hands, got a few thank you. Got to hold my baby girl for the very first time. She got her eyes like a mama's in a nosedive line. Feels good to be standing on the southern ground till the desert finds its way back around. So I fake a smile, put on a front. Can't forget these things I've done. My life has changed, your Uncle Sam. This war goes on for who I am. The hell I seem to shakes me now. The business end of that 50 cal in a room full of people feel alone. Just playing the part of a soldier coming home. Not the man I used to be, but this guy in the mirror still looks like me. It's hard to act like things ain't changed, but I'm the leading role in a make-believe game. So I fake a smile, put on a front, can't forget these things I've done. My life was changed for Uncle Sam. This war goes on, who I am. The hell I seen just shakes me down. The business end of that 50 cal in a room full of people feel alone. Just playing the part of a soldier coming home, coming home. 'Cause the hell I seen just shakes me now. The business end of that 50 cal in a room full of people feel alone. Just playing the part of a soldier coming home. Still playing the part of a soldier coming home. Sun shining on a small town parade, celebrating me coming home today.
Jesse Frewerd, everyone.
Thank you.
What an awesome song. Oh, man. So, hats off to the folks over at Creative Vets.
Yeah.
Helping you out with some of your songwriting. Let me ask you just about songwriting. I mean, there's so much to that process itself. It sounded like all you did was, here's the idea of the song, and then the team of songwriters, and I know that Creative Vets is just one of the two.
Yep.
And you'll tell us a little bit more later about that.
Yep.
They just take this and is it like a formula, or is it just like brainstorming, or how does that work?
Yeah, like in the Creative Vet session, it was just kind of, if I remember correctly, Adam had this little idea for the verse, just kind of little melody, and then like I had a guitar too, and I was like kind of playing around with it, and then I think I said the line with my daughter in it, like just kind of threw that out there, and he tweaked that, and so it's just a bunch of brainstorming, just getting ideas out there, and you always write the song in the room is kind of what you like, is the saying. So like if someone has a good idea, then that might trigger someone else to come up with another idea, and like it's just brainstorming. And
As a songwriter, do you have a preference writing by yourself or the collaborative process? Do you like one over the other?
I really used to be by myself, but now I love the collaborative process. It's so cool because like you can take. So my skill set is maybe more lyric based or storytelling based, and then if I work with someone that has maybe a stronger melody sense or more musical, like guitar technical work or something, like you can just build something that's greater than both of you. So I love the collaborative process now, especially me and my wife Katie. We don't get quite so much while we're in school right now, or while I'm in school. But once I'm done, we'll be writing some more too. So. Oh
man, how exciting to be able to create songs. In any environment, whether you're by yourself and it's you and your iPhone, it's like, I can't write this down. Yeah. Versus, and then taking it really to others you can collaborate with, and that's how it works now. I think it's time to do more Q&A because, and let me bring Paul back. Paul, it's good to see you.
Hey.
No more Beatles questions, please. Giving away all the secrets.
If they're in the community, I got to ask them. So
of course, I would never. Ask away, sir.
Jesse, this has just been an awesome evening. I really appreciate your unique talent that you're sharing with us.
Thank you.
Joel wants to know, and by the way, we all know as a community, Joel has at least 2 cats that we've seen tonight, but Joel wanted to know, when you first started to play and sing, were you nervous on how others would hear your voice?
Very much so, yeah. I know when I first really started, like I wasn't good at all. Like it, but you got to start somewhere, you know. So like you kind of just got to push past that initial. Okay, this might not be good, but it can be better. And yeah, I just really worked on it many years. I mean, now let's see, yeah, 20 years or so now. So I've been doing it since I got back to my rack. But
Do you still get nervous?
nervous, yeah, not as much as I used to, but yeah, still a little bit. I don't think that ever goes away, no matter, no matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Moya wants to know where you learned the guitar, and I might ask how you learned guitar.
How I learned was primarily like just messing around. Me in my room. I didn't really have too many tabs at that point. Because now it's a lot different. Like now it's YouTube, just kind of like watch the video lesson or, but when I first started, it was just kind of just playing what sounded good and whatever I could come up with. So originally where I started was in high school, just kind of in my room, and then kind of restarting after I got out of the military and after I got out of.
So you'd mentioned earlier in your story lessons. You weren't taking lessons that long.
Not really. Yeah, I did it maybe for like. It's hard to say. Like maybe a couple months, maybe 6 at most. But yeah, it wasn't long. It was just primarily just teaching myself.
So the community's noticing you use a capo a lot. Is that?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about use of your capo?
Yeah, so I tune my guitar down full step, so that's kind of why my capo is always on. I like since I have more like a baritone voice, that full step down can really fit my voice well. So I know I'm using capo, but
Yep, I was just gonna say, Stan said, "You got a call-in, brother. Keep it up. God bless your journey."
Oh, thank you.
And Jesse, how did you find all these collaborators?
So Creative Vets is a great network. Definitely check them out. Also, the one recently I got to do was Songwriting with Soldiers. But so Creative Vets, Songwriting with Soldiers, both amazing experiences, like equally. But right now I'm working with collaborators mainly through Berkeley Online. So I'm attending Berkeley Online for songwriting. So there's so many other songwriters you can connect with there. There's it's Nashville. There's like chapters of Nashville Songwriters Association. I can't remember the acronym now, but
Yep. Okay.
yeah, there's good networks like you can find like that. So Berkeley, just getting out to your open mics too, just kind of hearing other musicians that are playing and just kind of connecting that way. So that's a good.
We got one more question and maybe a comment that we can leave to end the night, a really nice comment. So the question is, you talked a lot about your mental health, and obviously Guitars for Vets is built on the power of music. You know, our tagline is the healing power of music. Can you talk a little about resiliency and what that means to you, and how do you, given everything you've gone through, like how do you stay resilient?
That's a great question. Staying resilient, I think, is kind of knowing your why. It really, like why you're doing something. No matter how hard things can get, if you have a why, you can push through almost anything. So for me, big why is just connection, like family, friends. I used to be a big introvert, and that music kind of helped shift that a little
Yeah.
bit. So now,
Yeah, it's hard to be a songwriter, singer, and guitar player and be an introvert.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I would say the resiliency piece, like just knowing why you want to do something, is a big piece of that.
I love that. I love that the way you said that is knowing your why.
Yeah.
All right. So Gary put a comment in the chat, and instead of me reading it, I asked if it'd be okay if Gary went ahead and read that, because I think it's a great note for us. So
Okay.
we could hear
So,
you.
Jesse,
Hey.
my comment was no question, but thanks, because your music has really helped me out this week. Because if you've heard the news, there was a tragic mass shooting in Farmington, New Mexico, and we were taking my mom on a walk when that shooting was taking place, and she lives 3 blocks away from where that shooting took place. And so I just want to thank you for your music for tonight. It really helped.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, situations like that, yeah, are just tough. Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
Tom, I got about 18 Beatle questions, but I'm not going to do that to us tonight.
I know. We need to talk about that later.
Jesse, use all your contacts and get Ringo Starr to be a G4V ambassador.
All right. Yeah. I'm on it.
All right, now I gotta plug Guitars for Vets right now.
All
So because we do have folks who may not know who Guitars for Vets is. Our mission at
Shame on
Guitars
them.
for Vets, I know we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization that supports U.S. military veterans struggling with the challenges of PTSD by providing them with free guitars and both one-on-one and group lessons as well. To date, Guitars for Vets and its nearly 800 volunteers have gifted more than 6,000 new guitars, 60,000 music lessons to those who have endured the wounds of war. All instruments and accessories are provided free of charge to the veterans of the program. Please consider donating to support our mission to put music in the hands of our heroes. www.guitarsforvets.org. Jesse, thank you for taking your time and sharing stories, original songs. Can you tell us once again where to find your music, the gig schedule, recordings, all of that stuff? Can you point us in the right direction?
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Just jessetylerfrewerd.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, we'll have those songs hopefully no more than 4 months. Soldier Coming Home, and me and my wife, Canary Canyon song, Stallion in the Still. So hopefully 3-4 months we'll have those released, and then they'll be on the Spotify and all that.
Yep. And for those of you that are on, it's way at the top, but I got Jesse's website there for you for easy clicking.
Yeah, feel free to look me up on Facebook too, or Facebook or Instagram, if whatever one you use. So
Very good. Hey, there's one more song that we're going to play for you now. As a songwriter, yeah, certainly you can hear the music and you can watch Jesse perform it, but the lyrics, come on, he just said that he was a lyric guy.
yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and play this one song and then say our goodbyes. I've Been Where You're Going. It's on songwritingwithsoldiers.bandcamp.com. Did I get that right?
Yes. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to share this right now. So pay attention to the lyrics, everyone, and then we're going to say our goodbyes in just a moment.
I was the eyes and ears, scouting out the enemy, calling back the lay of of the land. Yeah, that was up to me. Now I see you coming and the gathering storm, and I know all too well what you're headed for. 'Cause I wore out that terrain, I covered that ground. If you're ready to hear it, let me tell you what I found. The sleepless nights, the rush you took too far, the drinking and the smoking, forgetting who you are. Send up a signal, throw out a line, call me anytime, knowing, man, I've been where you're going. If you're anything like me, you gotta learn the hard way. When you think no one understands, well, I might know what to say. When the world is heavy as hell and no light is breaking through, or when you don't trust yourself, oh, I might know what to do. 'Cause I wore out that terrain, I covered that ground. When you're ready to hear it, I want to tell you what I found. The sleepless nights, the rush you took too far, the drinking and the smoking, forgetting who you are. Send up a signal, throw out a line, call me anytime, knowing, man, I've been where you're going. And man, where you're going and what you're doing, they're just trying to love you, but you're pushing them away. The isolation, the deprivation, I had to hit rock bottom to know that something had to change. With those sleepless nights and the rush I took too far, the drinking and the smoking, wherever you are, send up a signal, throw out a line, call me anytime, knowing, man, I've been where you're going. I've already been where you're going.
Thanks, Jesse. That was awesome. Just awesome. Man.
Thank you for having me. Like, this has been wonderful. So I appreciate you taking the time. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you. Paul, thank you for your help with this. To everyone, I'm Tom Lamog for Guitars for Vets and Cav Arts, the Challenge America Veteran Arts Community. Thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you again at our next live event. Take care.